Hi folks, welcome to Art 311D and PUBA 311, Design in Public Spaces. My name is Charla and I will be instructor for this course. Please watch this video in its entirety before proceeding into La Lima. If you have any questions, please email me so we can work out any of the kinks. In this video, I'll take you on a mini tour of what to expect in this class. Okay, let's begin. Here you'll find our class homepage with contact information for me. Please don't hesitate to email or call me if you got questions. Next, to your right, you'll find the calendar, aka course schedule. Within the calendar are the due dates and alerts for the assignments, projects, and discussions. Yes, it appears to be a lot of time between work. However, for this course, it's a little more labor intensive, but you have a lot more flexibility in your execution. I'll try my best to make it all manageable for you so you can enjoy the time being creative and learning about digital art and communication. Located to the left is all the links required for the class. All the content resides in the module. So, quick note here. If you're running on Firefox, the pages will not necessarily load in your Firefox window. I suggest using Safari, where it'll load in the page window, and then you can proceed to the course. If you do choose to use Firefox, what you need to do is click on the modules, and I have a print button here, which you could technically print out all the modules if you want to. You click on the icon of the printer, and then you can click on it and you'll be taken to the entire page. And then you'll click it close, and then you work through the outline. Okay, so that's if you decide to use Firefox and Chrome. However, I do suggest working in Safari if possible. So within the modules tool, you'll notice that the weeks run about 1 to 3 weeks at a time, depending on what type of work we have. In this class, we'll be learning more about design research, thinking, and then execution. So up to this point, you've been basically given steps on how to do stuff, whereas in this class, you'll choose how you want to execute, and then you'll be graded and assessed based on that. Okay, moving on. You will then drop all your work in the Dropbox. So if those of you who had me before, you kind of know the setup. You're going to drop all stuff in the assignments, and then you're going to drop all stuff in the projects. In this class, we won't be using the discussion tool within La Lima. Rather, we'll be using Tumblr. So the first thing you'll be required to do is create a Tumblr account. If you already have one, I suggest you create a new one just for this class. So once you create a Tumblr account, you email me your Tumblr name so that I can then put it on the website, or in La Lima I should say, and then so we all can follow you. You need to follow everyone in the class, and you need to respond to everybody. You don't have to respond to everybody, but the minimum is that you respond to 2 people. So here's an example of a former student who completed the participation, and you can see here he posted his work as well as the reflections in Tumblr. You also have the grade book, which tells you the due date. So like I said, we don't have as many work to do. However, the assignments and projects are a little bit more labor intensive in that I expect a little bit more time put into the assignments. Therefore, we have a longer stint in between due dates. I also have design tutorials for you here, if it loads. But design tutorials here from Adobe that you can use. Yeah. So if you're a graphic artist or graphic designer and you're more versed in Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign, you can use this tutorials to basically hone your skills a little more. If you use Adobe Premiere and you're a TV production student, then you can use Adobe Premiere and After Effects and so on and so forth. And if you are a web student, you can use, of course, Dreamweaver. So let me talk about the class files really quickly. So within the class files, there's a duplicate of the assignment direction, project directions that are already found within the modules. I also have the Adobe tutorials here as well as lynda.com tutorials for you. I have some extra reading that you have to do that's occurring in this reading folder. So you can refer to this readings folder. But if you have some questions about a certain tool or a certain execution, always ask me, if you have questions, and if not, you can refer to one of these tutorials. Other than that, I think this would be an interesting adventure for us all, and never hesitate to contact me. I'm always here to help you, and I hope you enjoy the class.